Hello, it's Jay. I just finished watching The Expanse, all 6 seasons of the now Amazon Prime show. And I first read the book, the first of the books of the Expanse back in the day, way back in the day before it was a show or anything like that. And I didn't go on because, well, I thought it was like a pretty good story. I was mostly interested in Thomas Jane's character Miller from the thing. He died at the end, and I was like, it was one of those things. It's like, okay, this just takes too long to read. In a way, it was just like too much effort for not enough reward, and I knew that like it'd take me so long to read them, and that I don't. When I do read series, for the most part, I read one and then I wait a year or two and I read another. By which point, I haven't really, I can't really get back into it because I can't remember from the first book what was going on, so I just left it. But then we started watching The Expanse, the show, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of the issues of things being taking too long, well, it's like that's all about TV is compressing things quickly, rapid cutting from one viewpoint character to the next viewpoint character. It's all the stuff that these stories are better told in TV, and it was really well told. I thought that this tale of the Earth, but there being Mars and there being the Belt, and these various different um, societies, that it kind of mirrors the whole thing of there being England, and then there being the colonies, and the colonies breaking away because they were felt like they were just being exploited by the mother country. That very much mapped on, and it's not a new thing to The Expanse. Robert A. Heinlein was doing that, for example, in Moon's Harsh Mistress, and others. So, but I thought really good execution of that kind of story with James Holden and his crew, with Naomi Nagata and Amos and Alex, and then Bobby Draper, a Martian Marine who kind of ends up in their thing. It was like that was really well done. I really cared about the characters, and it was fun and interesting. And I really loved Chrissy. That's what Amos called her, the UN head of the UN at home, or soon she becomes the head of the UN. It's like amazing, strong female character. And you get the amazing character of Drummer, one of the Belters. I love Drummer. So cool. Such a kick-ass, amazing, strong character with a wonderful depiction of a polygamous grouping of people, and done really like not like ooh, this is kind of like crazy sexy. It's like, no, it's like, oh wow, here's a genuine expression of how that kind of a grouping of people could be in a warm and loving relationship with each other. Actually, they have that, and they have James Holden comes from sort of another less, what is to me an unconventional family pairing. It's not like a nuclear family, just mom and dad. There were multiple parents in James Holden's family as well. So I really enjoyed all that. Unfortunately, with season 6, they said, oh, okay, we're gonna the James the two people who are James S.A. Corey and the author of the books, and who became executive producers and I think showrunners of the show. They all tried to kind of like put a positive spin on how they were being wound down, but you can tell that the very abbreviated season 6 was something like, oh shit, okay, we have to hurriedly get this stuff done. The big bad for the kind of the final couple of seasons, Mark Marcos Inaros is kind of zipped off the thing. In The Expanse as a show had a couple of moments where you're like, what just happened? And it wasn't like the storytelling wasn't as clear. And in here, it was just more of a sense of, oh, well, we didn't particularly have any build up for that, and we get all of Naomi's complicated reaction to apparently killing her son along with her son's father, Marco Anaros. That gets all hurried up, and then we have kind of quick scenes at the end where we say, "Hey, the Belters actually got a fair shot," and it's like, "Oh, that's good." But you know, there was some fun stuff like Bobby taking out the guns around the ring, but which was very kick-ass. But it was like it was a bit of a hash there at the end, especially since also in this sixth season they decided to have this whole subplot going on behind the rings on one of the planets with the most annoying. It's not the child actor themselves, but the most annoying writing of child acting, a very blunt force child acting, which was just god awful. It's bad when you're there rooting. It's like, oh, could the aliens eat the child? Could the aliens please eat the child and just kill them and murder them and get them over with? And oh, these parents should get the worst parents of the world, worst parents of the universe award. It's just like, it was this whole kind of trailing storyline, which you can see like, oh, if you bring us back, you'll find out about this, but they're not getting brought back, at least not in this iteration. And to be honest, it didn't make me want to. Afterwards, Jha looked up what happens next, and apparently, yeah, this is sort of a natural stopping point because then they jump forward 20 plus years. So it'd be like, and it goes into a different kind of storyline, at which point I'm like, I'm not interested anymore. I wanted you to properly wrap up everything on this part of the divide, and that would be a great stopping point. And if you wanted to go on for a new story, that would be fine, but they kind of fucked up here. And it's funny because at the very end they have Naomi and James Holden getting all cuddly and being happy and smiley together, which is undercut by the fact that they've done this at the end of variety of seasons previous to this, and that the next season they're all fucked up and arguing again and split up. So it's like, it's like, okay, this is the season finale and they're all warm, and it's like, and he starts talking about, oh, but what's going to happen with the proto-molecule? And she's like, shh, shh. And it's almost like, shh, shh. It's a finale. It's the finale. We don't want to talk about that. Shh, shh. It's almost like the writers are telling you that. So I really enjoyed myself watching the show. I love the characters. It's a shame that it was a bit of a hash at the end. And I guess the only thing you can say is it was enough of a mess that you can kind of just imagine your own stuff, which is probably what I will do. I have no desire to go read on with the books because the description of what was happening next was like, oh, jump forward 26 years. Yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm out. Goodbye. So, goodbye, Expanse. I enjoyed you, and you were fun. You were fun science fiction. Drama. All right. More videos later.